morning, sir. Sir, you are aware of learning disabilities in children. Sir, has it been given importance in our school system as it is in the US?
I am aware of the learning disabilities, and there are a number of children in our country who suffer from these disabilities, and due importance has been given to educate such children in our school system. I had an opportunity of visiting a school nearby. It is Montfort School. Now they have a program. They say that their institution is for inclusive education. Inclusive education means they include all children. So children, they can feel how the classes go on. Some children can't hear like that. Then the children who are blind, for them they have this braille system. So there are books there who they can read books by touching the books. And I have seen that there were children who were studying in the same class where the other children were there. Even in that school, the cultural programs, some cultural programs were represented by children with these disabilities. But I think I have been speaking about physical disabilities, but you talked about learning disabilities. Learning disability is a bit different because it means that the child has some, physically the child is alright, but there is some problem because of which he cannot cope up with the normal classroom activities. So the important thing is to identify what are the learning disabilities in such cases. Because generally what happens is, in a normal classroom, if a child is not able to do well, then generally the blame is put on the child that he is not giving proper attention to his studies, and that's why he is not coming up. But the fact of the matter is, the child does all the work, but because of that medical problem, he is not able to cope up with the studies. So there are a number of learning disabilities, and but the important thing is to identify them and then give proper treatment to such children, so that help and support should be given to such children, so that they do not feel disheartened and they come up with their studies.
Sir, do you plan for including teacher educators for learning disabilities?
I would like to do that, but presently in our system we don't have such a program, but we would like to take the help of specialists in these matters and train the teachers so that they can identify the children who are not doing well in the class, whether it is because they are not giving proper attention or there is some learning disability. How to identify that? The first step is that, and then how to overcome that disability, how to help a child in that. So we would love to do that, but presently in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan we don't have such program.
Sir, what is the planned action to ensure that a student with learning disabilities come out successful in his schooling years?
This planning has to be twofold. First, you have to identify such children who are suffering from learning disabilities, and then the next step is to whatever procedure is needed to overcome those learning disabilities, or how to support such children, what are the activities needed for such children, so that they can cope up with their disabilities and study as a normal student. So these are the two steps that we have to do in this regard. And I think it is the need of the hour that in Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan also we establish such system.
Sir, how can teachers and parents can cooperate and help the children with learning disabilities and help them cope up with the other students?
Actually, the role of the parents is very important in this, and because I remember a case when I was a teacher and a student could not do well, then there was a teacher who took a bit more interest in the performance of the students, and she talked to the students, why are you not doing well, or what. Then she tried to find out what were the conditions in the family. Is there any problem in the family? Some tensions are there so that the children are not able to concentrate in their studies. So we found out that in that family what happened was that boy was a stepson, and so he behaved in a nervous manner and he could not concentrate on the studies. So we counseled the child, and then we met the parents also. So the role of the parents and a cooperation between the parent and teacher is very essential to help the child overcome these disabilities, because a parent can tell what is happening in the family. Is there a problem? Is sufficient attention is given to the needs of the child? If he wants some for his studies, some equipments or some things are needed, so whether they are given there, whether there is a place to house or not. So all these things naturally can be sorted out. So one has to dig deeper and try to meet the parents and take them into confidence that we want to help the child, and try to find out what is the reason why he is not able to cope up, why he is not performing well, why his behavior is a bit different. Now he is nervous, not confident. So then the parents will come up with the reasons what is happening. Sometimes I have seen that children come from a very poor background. They live in a house which has only 2 rooms. There is not proper place to study. Sometimes there is quarrel going on in the household, and children are not able to study. They are involved. They are somehow threatened. What will happen? So that family atmosphere reflects a lot on the performance of the children. So this has to be emphasized to the parents, that in order the child tries to, so that the child can achieve its optimum performance, the atmosphere in the home should be supportive to the child. So this, what should the parent do, what precautions they should take in this matter, a teacher can guide. That you should try to avoid any scene in the house, so that by which the child feels threatened, or unnecessary, all the time rebuking a child doesn't help. It hurts his self-esteem. So there are a number of things are there which can be easily sorted out if there is a dialogue between parent and teacher. That's very important.
What are the characters of children with learning disability? How do they behave?
We find that sometimes the children do not perform well in the tests or examinations that are conducted, or sometimes when the lecture is going on, or the teacher is giving some activity or telling something, their attention is not focused towards the teacher, they are thinking of something else. So these are some of the symptoms. The children has some learning disability, is not fully with the class. That means if he is not fully with the class, that means he is not able to concentrate what is going on in the class, is not interested. The things do not interest him that way. So these are, I think these are some symptoms of learning disability, and then there is need to probe it further. Just telling the child that you are not giving proper attention and you need to concentrate, just telling these things will not help, because child would like to do that, but he is not able to do that because of those disabilities. So just telling that child will not help, we'll have to diagnose what is the reason, and for that some expertise in these matters is needed. People who are experienced to diagnose these abilities and come out with the solutions. So a help in that field is needed, and a system in a school needs to be established so that how to identify such children and then how to help them, so that this resource does not go waste. They also contribute in the for our nation.
Thank you, sir, for a kind cooperation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.